Hello, this is Eleanor Smith, and I'm the Account Rates and Equity Manager at Ava Community Energy, and I'll be giving an overview of Ava's net energy metering program. I'm going to start by giving an introduction to Ava Community Energy, then an overview of our NEM program, and I'll end by walking you through some sample bills for NEM customers. First, an introduction to Ava Community Energy, because many of you may be from unincorporated San Joaquin County, who will be joining our service in May 2026. Ava is a local community choice power supplier that provides Alameda County and the cities of Lathrop, Stockton, and Tracy with lower rates and more renewable energy options. As a not-for-profit public agency, Ava reinvests revenue back into the communities we serve through local electrification programs, clean power projects, and support for community-based organizations. This is a map of our service area. Ava will begin serving unincorporated San Joaquin County in May 2026. For all of these cities, Ava is the default provider of electricity generation service, and customers are automatically enrolled in our service and get billed through PG&E. How this works. There are two components to electricity service that customers pay for: electric generation, which is how electricity is produced, and electric delivery, which is how electricity gets delivered to you. Ava only provides electricity, while PG&E continues to own the transmission and distribution infrastructure, so they handle delivery and billing. Before Ava, PG&E was your only option for electricity generation. Here is the second graphic illustrating how Ava buys and generates electricity, how PG&E then delivers the power to homes and businesses, and that customers benefit from lower rates, local governance, innovative programs, and access to more renewable energy. Some of these benefits are that we offer lower rates, we have local control and investment, our board of directors is composed of a board member from each jurisdiction that we serve, and our board meetings are open to the public. We also focus on sustainability, and we offer customer choice and programs. We offer different service plan options. We have a Bright Choice option, which is priced 0.5% below PG&E rates. This is the default option for customers in unincorporated San Joaquin County. We also have Renewable 100, which is a 100% renewable option and priced 1 3/4 cents per kilowatt hour above PG&E rates. You can switch to this service plan if you prefer, and you also have the option to return to PG&E service if you wish to receive generation and delivery from PG&E. Now we'll go into more detail on Ava's net energy metering policy. There's a few important things to note about your transition to Ava. Currently, solar customers get one monthly bill from PG&E that shows electricity generation charges and credits currently from PG&E, and electricity delivery charges and credits also from PG&E. After enrolling with Ava, customers will still get one monthly bill from PG&E, but it will show electricity generation charges and credits, now from Ava at 0.5% lower rates, and electricity delivery charges and credits still from PG&E. You will not receive multiple bills or duplicate charges, and you will remain on the same rate schedule and discount programs, including CARE, FARA, and Medical Baseline. Ava's NEM policy is designed to be very similar to PG&E's. One difference is that Ava's Bright Choice rates are 0.5% lower than PG&E for all rate schedules. When you transition to Ava, your enrollment with Ava will trigger a true-up and cash out of your PG&E charges. Going forward, you will have separate annual true-ups with Ava for your generation charges and with PG&E for your delivery charges. Ava's payout for surplus energy generation, so for those customers that export more energy than they import, occurs annually every April. You also have the option to choose between monthly and annual billing true-ups for your Ava generation charges. The default option for Ava charges is monthly billing. Solar customers are enrolled in Ava service on a rolling basis. If your PG&E true-up month is May or June, you will be enrolled with Ava in June 2026. If your PG&E true-up month is July or August, you will be enrolled with Ava in August 2026. If your PG&E true-up month is September or October, you will be enrolled with Ava in October 2026. If your PG&E true-up month is November or December, you will be enrolled with Ava in December 2026. end of your PG&E true-up month is between January and April. You will be enrolled with AVA in April 2027. Why are customers enrolled on a rolling basis? The reason that we do this is because your enrollment with AVA will trigger a true-up and cash out of your PG&E charges. In order to minimize the bill impact of a shortened true-up cycle, we take into account your seasonal energy usage and your specific PG&E true-up month, and we set your AVA enrollment month accordingly. Some customers enrolling in 2026 will have back-to-back solar true-ups because of this, and this is a one-time occurrence associated with your AVA transition. Importantly, do you have a choice in transitioning to AVA service for electricity generation? Yes. If you would like to stay with AVA, no action is needed. You'll automatically be enrolled in 2026 or 2027 according to your true-up schedule. If you prefer to opt out and continue to receive electricity generation and distribution from PG&E, you can call or email our call center or complete the opt-out form on AVA's website. You can have your PG&E account number ready to speed along the process. As a solar customer, you can opt out starting 60 days before your AVA enrollment month, which was listed on the table in the prior slide and is also listed on our website, avaenergy.org/welcome-solar. Here's a table that shows the similarities and differences between AVA and PG&E's NEM policy. When customers generate electricity, they receive monthly export credits at the retail rate. That's the rate that you would pay us for electricity, and that's the same as PG&E does it. For your annual payment, if you produced more than you consumed, you would get that at the PG&E net surplus compensation rate. So that's the wholesale cost of electricity. And again, this is how PG&E does it. AVA's annual payout for net surplus generation occurs following the April true-up. PG&E's annual payout for delivery credits going forward would occur in the month that you joined AVA service. AVA customers are also defaulted to monthly billing for generation, but they have the option to switch to annual billing, and I will go into more detail on this on the next slide. Customers can choose between monthly and annual billing true-ups. The main difference between monthly and annual billing is the timing of your payments to AVA. For monthly billing true-up with AVA, which is the default option, you are billed for consumption each month if you do not have enough NEM credits in your account balance to cover monthly charges. You receive credits for surplus generation monthly. If you generate more electricity than you use, the excess NEM credits accrue in your account and can be applied toward future bills. Annually in April, customers with surplus generation receive payment at the wholesale rate or the net surplus compensation rate. And then their NEM balance is also reset to zero after the April true-up. For customers who are on annual billing with AVA, you are not billed monthly for generation service. Your credits and debits for surplus generation and consumption roll over until April. Your credits can be used to cover charges in previous months. Annually in April, customers with surplus generation receive payment at the wholesale rate, and customers with consumption are billed. After the true-up process, your NEM balance is reset to zero. How do I select monthly versus annual billing? Your AVA generation charges are defaulted to monthly billing, so no action is required if you would like to remain on monthly billing. If you prefer, you can switch to annual billing for your generation charges for your next full AVA true-up cycle starting in April. You can make this change 60 days prior to enrolling with AVA up until February 28th. The billing true-up selection is then closed annually between March and May during the April true-up cash-out process. Customers starting service in 2026 will need to be on monthly billing until the next settlement period starting in April 2027, although you can make your selection to switch to annual billing in the system now, and it will start for that next settlement period. To make your selection, you have a few options. You can call, email, or chat with us, or you can go to avaenergy.org/NEM and choose annual or monthly true-up. I'll talk a little bit more about the April true-up and cash out that AVA does. Annually in April, AVA customers with net surplus generation from their annual NEM settlement period receive payment, and customers with consumption are billed. Your annual consumption or cash out value is based on surplus kilowatt hours multiplied by the net surplus compensation or wholesale rate. If your cash out value is less than $100, this stays on your account and it can be used for future monthly charges. If your cash out value is greater than $100, you'll be sent an email to select a cash out payment option. These emails and payments are typically sent out in June through July following the April true-up. After the annual true-up process, your NEM balance for generation resets to zero. You will have a separate true-up with PG&E for your delivery charges and credits. This will occur in the month that going forward, this will occur in the month that you transition to AVA service. Now I'll walk you through a couple AVA NEM bill samples. As a reminder, PG&E will continue to manage your billing. Customers still get a single bill each month from PG&E that includes both AVA charges for generation and PG&E charges for delivery. The AVA charges are not an additional charge. They replace what PG&E used to charge for generation. So customers receive a monthly credit or a generation credit, and that is the amount that PG&E would have charged for generation services, and it offsets AVA charges. Solar customers will also see a summary of NEM charges. This only reflects PG&E charges and not AVA charges. Here is an example of additional charge details from PG&E. The bill on the left shows that this customer is enrolled in NEM 2, and it also shows the customer's base service charge, which replaces the minimum delivery charge that previously showed up on the customer's bill. The base services charge is applied by PG&E to the PG&E delivery side of the bill. On the bill to the right, you can see a customer who has a generation credit that is applied, which again is the amount that PG&E would have charged for generation services had the customer remained with PG&E. Here are two examples of monthly bills from NEM customers. The bill on the left is from a consumer, meaning they import more energy than they export. In this case, the customer's export credits do not fully cover their usage costs and they owe money. The customer on the right bill is a generator, meaning they export more energy than they consume. Their export credits cover the full cost of their consumption, and any unused credits remain under their NEM balance and roll over to future months until the annual April true-up. Customers who are on annual billing will also see an additional line item with estimated NEM charges owed at the annual true-up. Here's an example of two customer bills from AVA's annual true-up or cash out that occurs in April. The first bill is from a net consumer, meaning the customer imports or consumes more energy than they use. In this case, they owe money on their April bill. Because this customer is also on annual instead of monthly billing, they owe a larger amount on their April bill. The second bill is from a net generator, meaning the customer exports more than they consume. Their NEM balance is enough to cover their usage. During the April true-up process, their surplus net generation will be paid out at the net surplus compensation rate or wholesale rate. If the customer's payout is less than $100, like in this case, the amount will remain on their bill as a bill credit. If the customer's payout is greater than $100, the customer will be issued a payout. After the April true-up process, the NEM balance resets to zero for all the customers. Thank you for watching this presentation. If you would like to learn more about AVA or our solar policies, you can visit avaenergy.org/welcome-solar or avaenergy.org/NEM. You can also contact AVA online or by phone or email.